Welcome to Backwater Casting. I'm your host, Rick Greene. On today's show, we're going to fish the mighty St. John River with my guest, Larry Sandford, Chairman of the New Brunswick Sport Fishing Association. We're going to start off right in the Meduxina Keg in downtown Woodstock and head up the St. John River. We might be able to stay here all day.
Might be able to. What are you going to throw?
I am going to throw a Squad Minnow 115. It doesn't feel very big.
No, fair enough.
But
so
it's
you
a fish.
caught one though.
Number one.
You need a net or anything there, Rick?
No.
Oh, that's a decent fish.
Yeah,
Got
he's
some length
okay.
to him.
Yeah. I shall not turn my nose up on him.
No?
Yeah.
Whoa. There you go.
That was close.
And that's why we use nets.
And that's why I wear glasses.
Yeah, that's right. Nice. Like I said, he's
Yeah.
a long fish.
He is. Yeah, he's probably 8 or 9 years old. And we're right here in downtown Woodstock. I mean, put the boat in the water, catch fish right under the bridge. What'd you switch up to, Larry?
I was using a Jackal re-range, Jackal re-range 130, but with Rick throwing a Jackal Squad Minnow, I'm going to throw a tube and just see if I can get a little bit of something underneath the water action going on.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's probably the same size as the one we caught right in Woodstock under the bridge. Probably the same size. There he is.
Yeah. Good length on him.
Yep. Uses the current to his advantage.
Oh yeah.
Come on. Push around here a little bit and up.
Rick's fishing the Jackal, and I want to fish something different just to catch a different class of fish on lower in the water than what Rick is catching up on the top of the water.
Got to watch it. The current's pushing us sideways. Have to be careful.
Probably closer to what you had there, but
Yeah. Yeah, 2 or 3 years older for sure.
yep. Oh, gone. But a good release, I guess. It's just a Yum 5-inch dinger on a football head jig.
Larry had a good point there. I'm fishing a Jackal jerkbait, and he had actually started with a jerkbait, and then he went to a piece of plastic called a Yum dinger, which is a Senko style bait. It's a soft stick bait, and that's what we would do in a tournament. The partners would fish different baits to try and figure out what the fish are doing. So it just gives you a better feel for what the fish are doing. And sometimes if you're really lucky, you can zero in on something that's just hammering them and both guys go to it. But typically in a tournament, a successful team is fishing different things all the time.
Yeah, I try to bring maybe 4 rods.
That's what I take, 4 rods.
Yeah. Every now and then I might have a 5th rod with me, but for the most part, I try and just do the 4. I find it helps though, because then I'm not constantly switching up. I use like a rod with a spinner bait or a jerk bait rod or something like that. And then the other rods have like 1 rig of plastic on it, but 2 rods rigged up the same way.
This has got more weight. This is a good one. Maybe a net, Larry, on this one.
Not a problem.
Hence the jerk bait with
Yeah, I think I'm going to
3 sets of hooks.
Oh, really? Yeah, he's holding down there. Oh, no, that's a pretty good fish.
Oh, coming up front, he says, I'm not getting in there.
All right.
I got to get on the motor.
Yep.
You can deal with them.
Right beside my hand, so. There we go. I feel a little bit better now.
Yeah, look at the girth on him.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
his big, fat.
They said I hate taking credit for somebody else's fish.
I didn't say we were going to give you credit. I said we're just going to lay hold of him.
Well, I got a picture with me holding the fish. It's got to be mine.
He's coming with the current, so we don't know
coming
yet.
behind you, though.
Oh, it's a baby fish. He's not quite the baby of the day, but he ties. Well, he's bigger than the last one I had that was a baby.
Oh, a spinner, too.
Don't you dare hurt me. Might just be me, but these are the fish that are going to stick you because they just beat and thrash so bad.
Oh, yeah.
You want a
No,
net?
no net.
No
No
net?
net. Oh, he's hooked on the side, too. He was hooked in the mouth.
Well, that's
Get
the
him in a
joy
little
of
bit
jerk
quicker.
baits, boys. They swing around and you got them again.
Yeah, I want to get him a little bit quicker then.
He hit you going downstream?
Yeah, watch him turn around. Take it.
I got one.
Nice.
This guy doesn't feel very big, but he's coming with the current. Daily double.
Not a big fish, but fish nonetheless. It's not bad.
He's about the same as yours, maybe a bit smaller.
No, he's a bit bigger.
You bigger? I
Yeah,
thought he
he's
was
bigger.
smaller.
Nice fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bigger. I love that that memory that you have. My favorite fishing memory is down out of Oromocto. We were downriver from there, and I was throwing a yum dinger, but it was a wacky worm setup. And just casting into these weeds. It was right on the edge of the weeds. It was like a 3.25 pound fish anyway. Came out, you watch him come out, he attacked the bait and took it. And for some reason in my mind, just because you could see everything happening, that's my favorite like fishing memory so far of catching a bigger fish.
And I'll reiterate what I said before. These guys scare me to death because they tend to, they will beat and thrash more sometimes than a big fish will. And these hooks are sharp.
They just don't have the body weight to kind of
they don't have, yeah, the bigger fish kind of hang because of their weight.
I don't think it's any size, but
They fight big in the current, don't they?
oh, they do, yeah.
I caught the tree again.
He's coming this way though. Oh yeah, just a little guy. And he's hooked all over the place too.
We're gonna move. I'll swing us off of this eddy and go up.
Yep. Amazing though, the guy that size hits that bait
Oh yeah,
and you think it's like a 4-pounder.
Yeah. Welcome back to Backwater Casting. Well, in this section of the show, Larry and I have driven up the river to the longest covered bridge in the world at Hartland, New Brunswick. We're going to have a chat with Larry about his career in the military while we continue to catch smallmouth bass. This goes back to what you were saying on the other side there. That fish was in the current and it hit like it was a big fish because of all that water going down.
Just a big thundering hit.
Boom.
Cast to a slightly different spot and you can feel him rolling around back there too, eh?
And there's a great big boulder in between you and that.
Oh yeah. It's funny though.
Double header again.
Oh yeah, he's just a small guy too.
I say double header, but we'd have to glue them together to make a good fish.
Yeah, that's not even a,
This is better.
that's not even weighable at a tournament right there.
No,
That's all right.
there he is.
There we go.
Yeah, this guy's a couple of pounds, I think.
Well, look at the size comparison between that guy and this guy.
Yeah. Look
Yes,
at
sir.
the belly too. Yeah, I think they're, oh, I think mine's the bigger brother. He's just a hair bigger.
Yeah, they're all babies, that's for
See,
sure.
I have never caught fish this small right here. I
No.
mean, it's nice to see them because that means there's been some successful spawns going on.
No, you're right. Look at that. Catch the fish. Takes me that long to unhook it.
Larry, I know that you fished an event called Soldier On a couple of weeks back, and I've heard of that before, but I don't really know anything about it. Maybe you give me a little lowdown.
So Soldier On, I gotta say, I don't know a whole lot about the program itself. There's a good hit. There's a fish too. But what they were trying to do was get a bunch of guys out. Oh, that's a nice fish. But get a bunch of guys out that enjoy fishing but might not normally have the ability to go do that. And they just asked for a bunch of guys to take them out. And so we went out for the day. And a buddy of mine, who's part of the Soldier On program, I ended up actually taking him out. And it was a great day because of the fact that I took out a guy I know, but it was for a good purpose as well. And so the Soldier On events like that, and they do it for golf, they do it for all kinds of different stuff. But they just basically sponsor the guys, get them to go out for a day, go fishing, and everybody has a good time. Whether it's the guys that are fishing with the Soldier On, or whether it's the guys that are taking them out, getting a feeling of satisfaction, maybe, I guess, or just having fun fishing. It was a great day. I think that they're going to try and do it again next year.
Did they have enough boats to accommodate the guys that wanted to go fishing?
They did, yes.
Good.
I think they even had 1 or 2 extra boats. That's a nice fish.
Just another little guy.
Yeah, but we're catching lots of fish here.
Yeah, we're catching them, but
Yeah, they're all small.
we gotta weed through the aggressive little fish.
For me, it's just back there right on the edge of that current, like what you were saying.
Yeah.
Right, that rock, come out a little bit, that current,
Yeah.
that's where the fish are
I
sitting.
find with the swing on the current, that just barely hit the water.
Barely. At least the drag set a little bit better now.
I say they leverage that current.
Yeah, he's not big. He's not small, I guess, but he's not big either.
You can get into a whole pile of those if you got a kid with you.
Oh,
it
yeah.
doesn't get any better.
He's got a little good mark on his tail. Looks like somebody tried to take him
Yeah.
there and on that side too.
Muskie probably if he's
Yeah, I
bit
would
right
imagine.
through.
He's got it on both sides. Yeah, nice set too.
Doesn't feel very big, but he was way out there.
Just the fact that he was out there might be better.
I'm coming to the back.
Yeah, he's on
Keep him
that
away from the
rock
motor
there too.
and oh yeah, he's over the rock. Yeah.
Yeah,
I say that he could have hit the bait and it rolled over, but I mean,
Yeah.
he's definitely hooked in the back.
well, I think they're doing a lot of rolling down there like that.
Slapping at it, try and kill it. Here we go. Up. Whoops. I got him fair and square. Little
There you go.
bronze back. And Billy Westmoreland, Tennessee used to call them them old brown fish.
Them old brown fish, yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
one, Larry. Compare what we're catching, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good fish.
Oh yeah, it's decent, yeah.
I'm gonna try and get him in the boat quickly so I don't lose him like has been the norm.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm happy with that guy. And you're right. Typically those bigger guys don't jump around as much either,
No,
which is nice. Yep. Not past the barb though.
the one good thing, if you got a thrashing fish, he puts it in your finger. Sometimes they'll bring it out too.
That was a nice fish.
Painful. It was
In
painful.
comparison to all those other small ones that we've been catching up here, that was a nice fish.
Almost painful.
2-pounder anyway. But I'm not sure if the fish are in closer or they're still sitting out in that current.
Well, they seemed to be sitting on the current edge when we were catching them
Yeah.
up there, because we were actually throwing out quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't think they're in next to the rocks. I think they're out in the current. Every fish I've caught has been more or less out in the current.
Which indicates they're probably feeding,
Yeah.
not resting, eating.
That would be a smallmouth bass. It'd be a, I don't know, 1 3/4 pounds by the look of it. Not huge, nice fish.
But
Caught
a
right up
bass
close to the shore.
nonetheless. A bass nonetheless.
A bass nonetheless is right. And a bass that didn't get me. They were so light on the Nakwik tournament, you could tell that they hadn't been up for too long. They just lost that film. And today they're green. They're exactly what you expect.
Well, Larry, I heard that you're having a retirement from your long-standing career in the Canadian Armed Services. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your life in the Army?
I joined the Army in 1986, July 11th of 1986. I came right out of high school, and I had no aspirations of going to college or university at the time. And look at that, there's 2 of them followed that up. So I joined the Army, and my fastest way into the Army at the time was to join the infantry. So I ended up joining the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry, and after Cornwallis or battle school in Wainwright, Alberta, I ended up in Calgary. And I've been all over the world with the Army. I've been stationed in Calgary, Germany, in Baden-Soligen, in Winnipeg, in Cornwallis, Nova Scotia, and now Gagetown, New Brunswick as well, kind of finishing off my career here. Like I said, 33 years now, and I've been a private all the way up through the rank of warrant officer, and then in 2003, I took my commission and I became an officer. So I'm retiring now as a major in the Canadian Armed Forces, and I got to be honest, I think it's a pretty good career, no matter who it is. It's a great career. It's given me some great opportunities. I've traveled more than I ever thought I ever would, and I've done more just in training that I ever thought I would have the opportunity to do too as well. It's been the smartest decision I've ever made in my life was to join the Army, I think.
Yeah, that's going to be tough because the boat's boogieing.
Yeah, and you can't tell how big they are because now, oh, it's just a small guy too, but because the boat's going with the current, he's just a small guy.
But he doesn't know that.
I'm starting to catch up with some numbers anyway. I think I was getting outfished about 3 to 1 there earlier. Oh, and look at that, right in the bottom too.
Yeah, I know, that's hard to get a hold of them.
Yeah, I don't know if I can, to be honest.
They can hurt you.
I hate to do that, but
I got one too.
you got one on?
Yeah, I'm trying to get
Nice.
get steered away. No interest in running into the rocks.
No.
Welcome back to Backwater Casting. In this section of the show, we're just going to continue fishing our way down the St. John River with Larry. We're having a great day on the water here in New Brunswick.
Fighting the fish while you're fighting the boat.
It feels wrong. I got somebody's fishing line and a fish.
Oh, you do too,
Yeah,
don't you?
I do. I got a fishing line and a fish.
Sorry.
I don't know, maybe an assist. So, somebody broke that fish off on another line. Looks like a circle hook. Well, we probably just saved that fish's life. He had a fairly stout hook, and that's a heavy, I would think that's a heavy braid hook right there, but that was right down in his gullet.
That's pretty admirable, man. Like, you just saved a fish's life.
So what I did, I went up underneath his gill and I caught the eye and I rolled that hook over and popped it out this way. So it came right back out again.
I think fishermen get a bad rap for stuff like that. They're like out to just kill all the fish, but that's the exact opposite of what we try and do.
Got the garbage out of the water.
Just a little guy. But right over there, just over top of this hump of gravel, that's where he came from. Just sitting there nice and slack while I was chit-chatting, and all of a sudden he decided to take the bait. It's hard to grab them when they got those hooks all over the place.
I say the worst for me is when they got it in that lower lip.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can't grab anywhere.
Right, you can't grab it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're hitting it anyway.
Yeah. That's funny.
Old right chartreuse strike king spinnerbait. So there's the problem though. Trailer hook under the gill flap.
Yep.
So they're smacking at it.
Yeah.
But
they're not committing
that
to
goes
it.
back to what we've talked about on other shows. That fish could have been a tournament fish at 4 pounds and just on the trailer hook. So
Yep.
in clear water like this, clean water where it's not full of stumps and weeds, I always have a trailer hook on. Some shallow for them to be sitting there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think it's a little bit deeper on the other side of that.
It is on the other side, yeah.
But
I'm
they're all
really
tiny.
watching the rocks because this is shallow.
Oh, yeah. But they're all tiny little guys,
Yeah.
though, too, right? Like this guy is, too. He's 13 inches, maybe. Feisty.
Feisty.
Feisty is right. And right in the bottom lip.
Not going anywhere, well pinned.
Yeah, well pinned. So this is a re-range 130 jerkbait. I think it's like a fluorescent green in it, but I don't think the color makes a whole lot of difference today because I think the fish are more reactive to the profile of it than they are anything else. And I love the action on these baits when you're jerking them in the water. You can't reel them just like you don't want to just reel it and you want to jerk it because it kind of goes and then moves a little bit and sinks a little bit. It's just a really unique action that it has. And I like these ones over top of any other jerkbait right now, just because we've had some phenomenal success with them. In comparison to other people that are fishing at the same time, I think that we tend to catch more fish on the re-range baits than really any other baits.
Well, Larry, you've been involved with the New Brunswick Sport Fishing Association for quite a while. So what role are you playing with the group this year?
At the New Brunswick Sport Fishing Association's annual general meeting there last year, Bert Beek, who was the chairman of the association for the last few years, he had announced that he was done. So I was the vice chairman on the board of directors, and the new board of directors that were voted in at the AGM decided that I was going to be the new chairman. So I've taken over as the chairman for the New Brunswick Sport Fishing Association. For the mandate is really for 2 years by our rules. So we'll see if they keep me on as the board or as the chairman for that 2 years. But my responsibilities are kind of really overseeing all of the stuff that the association does. So when we're doing a tournament, I'm not in charge of weighing in fish or of making sure that trophies are there, but I'm in charge of making sure that everybody who has a job is doing that job. So far this year, it's worked out well.
I'm fishing the tournaments, obviously, and we're having a great time fishing the tournaments. How are they going from your perspective?
Well, I was very happy with Nakwik. Nakwik, I thought, was probably one of the smoother weigh-ins we've had in a few years. And that's no slight on anybody else because we're using a system that was designed or that was initially implemented about 2 to 3 years ago. It's just that maybe I'm being a little bit more forceful about enforcing it.
When he hit that, I mean, he hit that with authority. That's a good fish.
Respect my authority. Do you want the net?
Maybe, yeah, it might be.
Yeah, you don't want
it'd
that?
be a shame to lose him.
It would be. It'd be a big
I
shame.
mean, I
to
got
lose
20-pound Power Pro on, but trying to get him out. He's under the boat. Get out of there. Oh,
there you go.
nice.
That there. Yeah, that's a nice fish.
Yeah.
Man.
Now, that's what I was saying about the size difference. So a week ago, they were everywhere.
Yeah.
And now they're gone.
That's a good sized fish. Man. Oh man, that's got to be.
Yeah.
That's got to be.
That's a go to weigh-in fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, most tournaments, that's a go to weigh-in fish.
How big do you figure that fish is, Rick?
It's 3 something.
That's a high 3.
Yeah, he's got a boo-boo on there. He's
Yep.
caught something.
Rick, that's the fish of the day right there. That's a high 3, man.
He's decent though.
Yeah, yeah. But watching him come up, look at that, and then setting the hook when you think he's got it, like that right there is the epitome of why I love fishing.
That's sight fishing at its finest.
Yep.
It's not what the definition is, but it sure works.
That right there is why I love fishing.
I got myself a 13-inch smallmouth bass.
Well, that's bigger than 13 inches.
13 and a half.
I'll go 15.
No.
Oh yeah.
Fat little guy. Fat guy.
Yeah, I got one. Try and get him up again for you. There you go. I gotta be honest, I've been fishing for a long time. I've never had anybody cheer for me yet. Little Cinco. I was fishing the re-range 130. Again, been fishing that for the majority of the day. Love that bait, but just the fishing died down a little bit. And Rick was fishing a spinner bait at the time, so still fishing fairly high up in the water column. So I decided to fish down a little bit lower and see what was biting. So I switched to a Cinco on a football head jig, and just caught a little guy right in here in that slack water right over there. It was nice.
Same thing, Larry, straight down. I guess I'm on the edge between the current going down and the back eddy coming up.
Yeah, because I'm casting in, you're casting out a little bit more.
Yeah, pretty much straight ahead of the boat.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not giants, but no, considering that we already fished here once today and we come back and we're catching another bunch. And these, ouch.
While you got your line in then, I'm just going to cast down that
Go
line.
right ahead. But I mean, these aren't big fish by any means,
No.
but this guy has not been caught. We don't have, there's no marks on him at all that indicate he'd been caught.
My rod was bent right over.
Yeah, he puked up a big bait right there. You can see it going.
Yep. It wasn't hooked really well, but look at the
As
belly
it
on
comes to the boat, it's hooked well enough. There he goes.
Yes, sure. You got him.
Yeah, he looks like he got it in the mouth and then it rolled around and poked him in the side too, so I've got
Yep.
him sideways.
Yep.
One hook. Big girth on him for a short little guy.
He is too.
Boom.
Yeah. Well, he's not terrible.
No, he's okay. Well,
It's okay. Oops. Oh. I'll bend the tip of that rod right through the cheek where I don't want to catch him.
Larry, thank you so much for coming out and spending
Oh.
the day with us here out of Woodstock on that beautiful St. John River.
Can't thank you enough. It was a great day. We didn't catch a lot of big fish, but I think we caught a lot of fish.
We caught a pile of fish, and I've actually learned something because I don't usually fish here right now.
Yeah.
And I've actually learned something because I was up twice last week and I just got a feel for, I think, what those fish are doing. So it was a good learning experience because the size changed every time I come up.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it was going down and not up. But what a great day, what a beautiful day. I mean, it's been so wet this spring, we haven't been able to get out in shirts, just jackets
No.
all the time. And what a great day.
Absolutely. And a 12-inch fish in a lot of current feels like a 3-pounder
feels
anyway.
like a
so
3-pounder,
I never
yeah.
caught, well, you caught a 3-pounder. I didn't catch a 3-pounder, but they all felt like 3-pounders.
They all
to
felt
me.
like 3-pounders. Like I said, there's no such thing as a bad smallmouth. Some of them are just bigger.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, it's been a slice. Thank you
you.
so much
Thank
for
you.
coming out with
Thank
us.
you for
Enjoy
having
your
me.
retirement.